Let's go.
Yes, Pedro?
I like Robin Hood.
Okay.
Not exactly the start we're looking for here. Got about 20 seconds here until the bell. What's up, marketing? How are you doing this morning? This is exactly how I used to do it in the old days. Let's run the intro real quick. Alrighty, here we go. The bell, 2, 1, and we're off. Obviously don't have anything up, just going to be using the scanners. Oh, let's see what happens. Good luck, everybody. Interesting morning. So, yeah. Looking to play. Let's lower this down a little bit. We have SFET up here. We were just looking at it a little bit earlier. Same with FFHL. We also have HEPA up on the other screen, but not really looking to play any of those. Just we're looking. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. See if that works. I haven't tested that yet. Speaking of SFET, there it goes. NVAX. It might be a slower morning. People might already be kind of into the weekend. This ARWR has just been nuts. came from all the way down here at 50, the 50s, all the way up to 66. Getting a nice little drop out there on the bell. Right off the bear. Nope, it's not on the bear scan. Watch this. I thought I saw it. That's ARDX. AMRH. Nothing there. CLVS. Nothing there. This was one yesterday. We wish we had shares right in here because we were watching it. We actually mentioned it in the room, and we got that nice pullback. We mentioned it at 11:30. Got up there to 11:50. Touched it and came all the way back down under 11. That would have been nice. I would have played that one for sure. NVAX, no shares there. Volume's a little light. PTI? We actually have shares on PTI. Interesting. That's a former runner. UA, Under Armour, trying to do something here. PBY is a little expensive. CCXI, that was the runner from the other day, right? UAA, I should say. They're kind of two in the same right here, right? Both Under Armour. Which one has a better range here? 60 to 20. 20, so we got a better range over here on UAA. See if we can get a push up there towards 1950. Volume's there on both of them. It was Momo. Yeah, it's SSR. PTI trying to do something. Probably going to stay away from PTI. It's known to be a former runner. Don't really want to get messed with anything lower float as well. TGTX. Range isn't too great. Not quite getting the move from Under Armour that we wanted here. I'm a huge fan of seeing that second green bar at the bell. I don't like getting in on that first green bar. Let's see, box. Box has a okay range here, some decent volume. Looking to double top from end of day yesterday. VWAP there. Not too much resistance here. It's already through the resistance. Actually, 1950 area. Yeah, I mean, that's still a ways to go. Or 1830s. 1850s. That's actually not bad. See if we can get a pop up through 18 up to 1820. I'll show you what you guys are looking at. Start with 75 if we do. Put it at 1815. CLVS is moving. Let's see. Man, I really wish we had shares on CLVS. That's like our bread and butter right there. Oh, we got box here. Actually, let's take a look at this one. See if we can get a quick pop through 18 here. CLVS just got rejected hard. Still watching TGTX as well. There goes TGTX through 8. Or wait, no, that's not the one we were watching. That does look nice, but that's not what we were looking at. What were we watching? Crap. I forgot that quick. Box is a rather large float. CLVS would have been so nice. I don't know what the other one we were looking at was. I know it was down here. Was it TGTX? I thought it had more volume than that. There we go. I was going to hit it there, but I really wanted it to go a little bit further than that. Here we go. Kind of feels like it wants more. That's why we haven't hit it yet. I was really looking for this to get up into the 20s. Should have hit it there. I saw that hard reject. Got a feeling that might be the top there at 1820. Hopefully not. Really interested in this one. Trying again. There it goes. Now we're going to start this here at 24. Look to add up through 50. It's going a little bit light here. Probably could have went 75, but probably should have. We'll see. Using just 50, I won't be scared to do the 112 here. Put an order in at 45 just in case it wants to shoot up there. We're ultimately looking for the 18 test here. Might actually put one here at 55 too, because it's showing some pretty good resistance when it does. So it'd be nice to get that third ad, even though it might be smaller, just in case it shoots through. Let's put it in there just in case. There we go. We got the fill at 45. So now if it wants to give us that quick pop through 50, we'd be okay with it. At least we'd get a little fill there. If not, we're up at 1834 now. Again, ultimately looking for the test of 18. We're kind of, there we go, we're through 50. See if we can pop through. Kind of got rejected there. We're coming down. Probably look to take half if we can get down under 20 is what we'd be looking for. Actually, let's take 75 if we can get that drop. Let's see. Debating on how I want to play this. 80 SK. Chat room calling box over 18. Gotcha. Thanks for the heads up. It's good to know, I guess. Maybe we'll look to kind of take it and see if it wants to run a little bit further. We're sitting at 34. Getting back up there to 50. So we might cancel. Well, let's say I'd probably want to go a little bit higher if we were now, because we were just looking for that extension pop. So we're going to cancel that because we wouldn't be interested there again. So jealous. Some of the guys in the chat got CLVS. Really wanted that one. See if we can get a quick drop here. Put it at 23 for most of our shares. Couldn't quite get there. Just going to put it for all of it. Just to see if it wants to give us this drop. Just looking for that quick little flush. $24. If the ask would come down, we're just going to take it there. Take 29. Just it's kind of feels like it's trying to hold here. I'm sure now it'll flush and go down to 18. But whatever. We'll take a small little trade there. I'm not going to be too upset about it. Knowing that, I mean, Tom, with the information there, knowing that a chat room's in it, messing with it, I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't like the mojo of just knowing that type of stuff. But yeah, Ponzi, ADSK, that was a good one. That's just way too pricey for me. Volume's actually not too bad there. If this does shoot back up, we would be interested again. So we actually made a good cover there, it looks like. I'm not afraid to keep playing this, especially if the volume wants to stay in there. The chat room only has so much volume. So we're just kind of watching here. Yeah, the spread on that's actually not too bad for a $176 stock. No volume there. Whoa, take a look at EVH. I just looked up at the other scanner. That looks interesting. Looking for an intense move down. There it is. EVH looks scary. Ah, crap. There's the 50 break. Really like to see an extension here. Let's try this again. All right, Tom, see you, man. Thanks for the info. It actually kind of ended up making that a winner, a small winner, but it made it a winner because I don't know. I don't like knowing that information. So this probably would have ended up being a loser if you hadn't told me that. So thanks. But I wouldn't have been mad if it was a loser because I would have just traded my plan and it wouldn't have worked. So as it went high of day here, I would have cut it because we were ultimately looking for this to go lower. Actually interested again here. I was hoping to get up towards 80. I'm assuming you're talking about the JB. I'll just give the initials. I don't know for sure. If I just had to assume. I'm gonna be patient with this one. If it wants to get up to 90, I'll look to get back in. I'll actually put an order up there at 90. Do 92. Just be patient with it. No need to get out of hand. Ponzi, I have no idea. I guess you'd have to ask Tom that. I have my eye on EVH here. This could be an interesting one. I wonder if the chat box is working today, because for some reason my chat is not working. Something's wrong within Streamlabs. Is this? You see, that's not even working. There it goes. Of course, I was last minute this morning, so a lot of things weren't working. Whoa, EVH. It's going to halt again. If you're looking to play EVH, be patient. Holy crap. That would have been a nice little scoop there. God. It was about to halt at 6:08, and now it's halting going up at 7:43, or attempting to. That would have been a nice little win. Holy crap, that was fast. That was super fast. It's good to watch those. Obviously, I don't have it up, sorry. Obviously it opened down here, 675 it actually opened. And then it dropped straight to 608. And then it looked like it was going to halt, and then boom, just shot right up to 743. I mean, in seconds. I'm going to cancel my order here on box, by the way. I don't like how it's kind of consolidating here. ADSK actually worked out pretty nicely there. Ponzi, that was a good call there. One day we'll be able to play stuff like that, but it's just a little too much right now for the account size. It's trying to halt going up again, EVH. Wow, what a move. And there it goes. Oh, it's trying to halt. It won't do it. Excuse me. Did you take your sock off? sock on. You silly boy, come here. Sock. Sucky, sucky, sucky. Sucky, 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 sucky. Go get your drink. Yeah, there's one. No, it didn't halt. Box again. If Box wants to go up through 19 on a quick move, we'd be interested again here. But the volume's kind of dying out on it. To be honest, I really think on Box here we're going to get a little bit of a decent wash, because that's usually what chat rooms do. They try to run it up, and then once everybody starts selling, nobody wants to be a bag holder anymore. So you get the nice big volume bar down of everybody just getting out. Vive. Oh, wow, yeah. You like these higher... Are you playing options, Ponzi? Oh, there goes EVH. It's halted down again. Be careful. Here goes Box. I think if Box tries High of Day here at 1880, if it gets through, I think we'll get a push to 19 at least. There it goes. It's trying 8 here. I'm actually on it. Okay. It's got shot down. I wanted it to go there. We wanted that push towards 19. Oh, CFDs. Hanging around with GDT. What does that mean? As in he plays the higher price stocks? He doesn't usually play these high though, does he? I mean, I guess he does every once in a while. And now that I think about it, I remember seeing you in his Discord a bunch. Are you? Oh, you're talking about TradeNet. I know they're running some kind of special right now. Try to suck some people in. Oh, the same strat. Gotcha. It's a very powerful strat, that's for sure. So we actually have an ISW member in EVH right now at 640. That should be interesting. He's long. What's unfortunate? Ooh, doesn't sound good. Okay, he's good. It couldn't have been. This is IFRX. I didn't even check to see if the chat room was working. Well, I guess it don't matter because I'm not using it. Or the chat box, I meant. Oh, unfortunately, the broker. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, Short Trader wouldn't have been too much different. Because now they're transferring everybody to a CFD broker. Kind of sad about Box. I really wanted it to go high a day there and make a push towards 19. We would have been trading that. Just kind of watching EVH here, just kind of supporting one of our team members, seeing what it does. Plus, I'm interested in what it does. And grab some popcorn. Or when it opens up like super low.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, there it is. Opened up. Actually opened lower, it looked like. Opened at 6. I don't know if we're going to get that same kind of jump like we did last time. There he goes. He got the push back up. He's in at 640, so you might want to just kind of maybe look to get out of this thing because it feels like it wants to go lower. There it goes. Got a feeling this is going to go through 6. It's on SSR, so it's a little harder, but people panic sell. They panic sell. Think of I from last week. No, we're getting the move back up. It's like they were waiting for the time to go by a little bit so they could get it higher than the halt price. The halt price was at 660. Now it's up at 690. It's getting a little bit, it's just hovering here, which usually isn't a good thing. Usually if you're going to get a bounce off of a big move down like that or out of a halt, usually it just kind of shoots back up like it did over here. This kind of feels like it wants to go lower. Let's see what else is attempting to move, if anything. GPT, a bit of a higher price, lower volume. Super upset about CLVS earlier. Look at that move. That would have been so nice. I know you guys can't see it, but yeah, that would have been real nice. Pretty much an immediate resolution. It's getting ready to make another move too through high of day. Kid's crazy. And there it goes. Got a feeling this one's going down. Yep. I'll tell you what, if this got to around $5, I might be interested. I was going to have to halt to get there. This is actually a really good time to explain to you guys what we're looking for. So, say that the news here, and this happens on buyouts too, but say the news is that, I don't know what EVH is, but say they like didn't meet an endpoint or something, they're a pharmaceutical company, whatever it is, or biotech, whatever. So they get this huge drop, right? It halts, and it comes out of the halt even all the way down here around $6, or gets down to $6. It could say in the news that our stock price is now worth $3 a share, right? It could say that, just like when you get buyouts. Like we got bought out, our share price is going, we're going to be selling at $15 a share. Well, when you get up there or down there, in this case, you have people that are very content that were in up here at $11 that were short, willing to take their profits, or people that were shorting this on the way down before it ever gets even close to $3 in this example. They're looking to take profits. Well, once they start taking profits, they start to see that. And then other people start to take profits. Other people start to take profits. People start to buy, looking for the bounce. Like there's all kinds of things that go on because of that huge intense move down. Eventually you're going to run out of people that are selling, and the balance ratio from sellers pushing it down to buyers pushing it back up is going to start to outweigh the sellers. So it starts to slow down, and then the buyers start to come up, and you see what I'm saying? That's going to happen no matter what the news is, that's all I can say. No matter what the news is, no matter what the rumor is, no matter what it is, the price action is key. And this always happens. You're going to get a big move down. It's just a matter of when the move stops. You're going to get a bounce, even if the overall news or rumor is that we're only worth $3 a share now. Eventually it will get there, but you're always going to get these pops, whether it's on the move down and back up or on the move up and back down. Eventually you'll get to the end point, but you're always going to get these pops just because of human emotion. People are going to be looking at their P&L and they're going to be like, holy crap, I'm up 4 points, which is probably like 20% on this stock. That's a lot. So they're more than happy to just take their profits there, and then it kind of creates a chain reaction the other way, and then you get to move back down because, hey, wait a minute, the news was like super bad. We're supposed to be down $3. Okay, well, let's go down a little bit further. And then you kind of get that same thing. And so I don't know what the news is here or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Because just to show you my point, we opened up 675, went all the way down to 608, and shot all the way back up to 743 because of that chain reaction I was telling you about. So just a little lesson there, even though we're not playing it. ASLN is looking like it's going to halt going up right now. It's a 31 mil float. We don't have any shares, and it's SSR, so we're not interested. Box, it didn't do what we wanted it to do. It's kind of fallen over. To be completely honest, I would really expect this to kind of dive down towards 18, but we're most likely not going to get involved in that. ARWR is on the scanner here. This thing just really hates me. I mean, ARWR is just when we go back and look at it, we actually played it here around the 54 area, and now it's up at 70. It just goes to show you, people like trying to swing trade these types of plays. It can get scary. It can start squeezing. There's a pretty huge gap up. Actually, it wasn't really a gap up. I mean, it was, but the move came after the bell here yesterday, and this thing is just climbing. And look at the daily, and this thing is super extended. And it's a great swing idea, but I mean, sometimes they just do this, right? You just get a short squeeze going, and it just goes on for a couple days. This chart looks amazing. I mean, our resistance that we went through is down here at 68. We're up at 70. It's like, do we want to try trading this like super small? Spread's actually not too bad right now. Might have just missed our opportunity. Yep. Could have had it up at 90, 69.90, and look at that. Just like that, a whole point. I mean, granted, the ask is still up there. That's why I don't like playing these. I mean, they're just crazy. Cray. See, ASLN is still beeping at us, so it never halted. Volume kind of died off there a little bit. See if it comes back in when it tries to go high a day. If it does, it'll most likely halt this time. MPH. If EMPH could make a run here on some volume, we might actually be interested. We played this yesterday. Looks like ASLN's going to get shoved down a little bit. Watching EMPH here. If it wants to get up there towards 45, let's actually split it in half. Put it at 48. To see if it'll even attempt to get up there. Volume's starting to come in. Did the guy with EVH hit it below 6? I honestly don't know what he did. Someone call it. He's making it sound like he is good right now, so I don't know. What do we got here? Ponzi, thanks for the subscription, man. Appreciate that. I believe he's saying that he's all right. Not quite sure. He said, ha, 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 ha. Someone call Mr. Brinks. Send the truck. I mean, so that makes it sound like he's good to go. Sorry about that. EMPH, we're sitting here waiting, seeing if it wants to go up towards 50. Wanted to do it on some volume, though. I'd be looking to split our $100 share order in half here. Just looking to get in on this side of the $50, assuming it might use it as resistance. And then if it wants to go through 50, we'll put another order above it. But just kind of seeing what it wants to do here. We wanted to keep extending away on this move. And Constantine, yeah, that is a huge problem. We don't know where the bottom is. Because like right now, I mean, it really never got above 650, and it kind of looks like it's just consolidating to go lower, in my opinion. Just to take a look at it, since ENPH isn't doing what we want. I mean, to me, this looks like it's just kind of consolidating sideways, and it wants to attempt to go lower, or it might just hang out here. Who knows? EMPH, what are you doing, man? You're supposed to go up and test 50 before you did this. See, now we're not really as interested. Everybody knows I like these previous resistance for it to go through, come back down, test it, and then if it wants to continue, usually it's going to test higher. So if we were interested now, if it wanted to keep going, we'd be waiting until it gets over 2250 at this point, because we already came down and tested that area. People are saying they played KRTX. Oh, wow. Yeah, that kind of made a move, too. People trying to make this thing run again before the holidays. Guess it's just kind of bouncing. It did have 4 red days in a row. Plus, their offering was like way up here, which is crazy. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was up near 80, I think. This ARVN is crazy. It's got gaps in the chart from how little it's trading. And this is why a chart can look really good. Just to go over here real quick to ARVN. Like, these aren't halts. These are just, the volume is so low that the spread of the stock, it just keeps rising until anyone actually trades it. And so this is what you get. So the chart could look like this, but if there's just no sellers showing up, then it could just keep climbing. Like, if people just keep buying this, there's really no reason for it to come down because there's no volume really there to help push it down. It's kind of crazy. MRH, it's an SSR. Really looks like EVH is about to try to move down here. Still looking around. I'd like to trade something else, but can't seem to find anything else here. EMPH would have been a good one, but it didn't quite give us the move we were looking for. Kiddo is being super loud. This is on no volume. ARVN. That's the one we were just looking at. Okay. I have a bad habit of doing that. I just start scrolling through some charts. What did Box end up doing? Oh, yep. Told you this was going to happen. When you get a chat room involved, this is almost always what happens. They're all like kind of waiting for it to just keep going higher. A lot of people don't know how to trade in chat rooms. They're just kind of following the leader. So when they finally realize that, okay, we're failing, this is what happens. Everybody starts to sell, and we got right to 18, like I had said we probably would. So a little frustrating. I wish we would have got that pop here, high of day, to go to 19, because I ultimately felt like this was definitely coming, just through experience at this point. But we really wanted to kind of play it safe. We didn't want to assume a double top. I went back through a lot of my losers. And not a lot, but I'd say probably like 50% of them was assuming a double top. And then we get caught in a bad position. And then if it consolidates up near this area, because remember what I said, we're looking for extension away from this resistance. So if I assume a double top and we start our position here and it goes up and then tries to use this as support on the other side, we're kind of screwed. I mean, because we started it, so we might break even there, but we're putting ourselves in a bad position. Really, we're not looking to make money. At that point, you're just looking to break even. So why really put yourself in a position by assuming what a stock's going to do? Why just let it do what you want it to do, and if it does, then you get in. No reason to assume anything. I had a couple people ask me, by the way, via Twitter, PM, DM, whatever you want to call it, if we were still going to be doing the Friday night live stream this week, and yes. That is a thing. The only reason we won't be doing Friday night live streams is, again, if I'm sick, my house gets blown over by a hurricane. It has to be something crazy. The Friday night stock talk live stream, whatever you want to call it, that's definitely here to stay every Friday. It's been a staple on the channel for, I don't even know how long. It's been a while. Every once in a while, we mix in some interviews. Every once in a while, we get some guest speakers. Like last Friday, Tom from Learning the Day Trade, he chimed in. He had told me, I'll step in. We'll talk for like 10 minutes, and it turned into like an hour and a half. But hey, when a good conversation gets going, it's hard to walk away from it. So always something good to come from the Friday night live stream, and it's always a good little fix before the weekend. Get your last little fix. It's always good to just get everybody together, talk shop one last time before the weekend. Who we got chiming in? Ryan's Outdoor. What's going on, man? Speaking of outdoor, I don't know if you deal with outdoor furniture. I was watching Shark Tank last night. I don't know if you've heard of. I wish I knew what the name of the company was. Let's see, Shark Tank Outdoor Furniture. It was just last night. Was it this Outer All? I think it was this one. Yeah. It's called Outer All. It's actually pretty cool how it, because that's one of the common problems. Even I have that same issue, where take a look at ASLN. I can't trade it, but we'll take a look at it. Oh wow, yeah. See, that would have been nice. I was trying to pop back up, but yeah, it's one of the common problems is if it rains, your outdoor furniture is pretty much crap for the next couple days because it doesn't dry very quickly. Ooh, look at ASLN jumping here. A little bit of a lower float. We probably wouldn't have played this anyway, but the brand is called Outer All, like AUTER space ALL. If you just Googled that and Shark Tank, I would assume it'll all pop up. Because the website that I'm looking at, it came up on allsharktankproducts.com. I'm assuming that's obviously a separate run site. But it's pretty cool how it works. But yeah, you could probably YouTube it too and watch the actual pitch from Shark Tank. It's really good. Let's go back to the screen. We can get two up there. So EVH is actually doing quite the opposite of what I thought it would. But we got VWAP and $7 here together. So got a feeling that we might get stuck down in there. Just noticed that it didn't register. I wonder if it's because I didn't have it up on my screen. Say it didn't register those two subscriptions. Might have to run them through again. We're getting close to 900, and we're on our way to 1,000. That'll be fun. For anybody that's new too, one of the things I pride on, a lot of people think, someone wants to get to 1,000 subscribers so they can monetize their channel. It's really just a personal goal for me because we're not monetizing the channel. One of the whole points of this channel is to get away from the gurus on YouTube that are trying to sell you stuff. Because here on this channel, we do not sell stuff. And I do not want them on my videos before you watch them trying to sell you stuff. So we are not monetizing. And yeah, it didn't go through. So let's run these two again.
All right.
So let's see if that worked. There we go. Yeah, it registered as the latest subscriber, but it didn't register on the countdown because it wasn't up, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of running in the VWAP there a little bit. Didn't actually quite get there. A whole dollar as well, 7. See what it does. Not really that interested in it at all anyway. Just kind of have it up. MRH. Still would like one more. Just kind of waiting, being patient. Cash is a position. We all know that. ASLN, this is some good sloppy seconds here. For anybody that doesn't know what sloppy seconds is, it's a big move up, get the pullback, and then we get the bounce back up. I call it sloppy seconds. Some people call it the bouncy ball effect. But basically, you just get the lower high, and then you continue lower, and then lower, and then lower. It's the idea behind it. Yeah, Thomas, if you're listening, that's exactly why I like that second green bar. I hate getting in on those first green bars. It's just a personal preference. It's just something I've seen over the past year. That just one green bar, yeah, it could work, but it's a lot more risky. If I get that second bar, that's why I said I'm a very picky trader, but it seems to be working out for me. So I'm just going to keep being Mr. Picky. I didn't even hear my Discord going off. IFRX. Let's get rid of ASLN. IFRX. No shares there. Volume's not that great anyway. Yeah, CLVS I was a little upset about. This was the move we were looking for. We had a move yesterday too that we couldn't play, which was kind of sad. We definitely would have got in on this one. This was beautiful. Gave us 3 green bars. The big move up towards the whole dollar got rejected. You scroll over to yesterday. We had this move here that we were really interested in. It just kept extending, and would have been nice. We didn't have any shares though. So NKTR. It's kind of a shame. Bison. No volume. Yeah, V-type and paragraphs over here. Dun, 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 dun. Need some Knight Rider music up in here. Get some elevator music for the time being. Do 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 do. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns while we're kind of just sitting here? Ryan, what did you think about that outer all? If you're still here, I saw that and I was like, that's pretty clever. Super. It's actually not super expensive, but it's nothing that I could afford right now. PTGX is a lower float, doesn't have any volume. I'm just going to stop pulling ones up that I wouldn't play anyway. What did ARWR end up doing? Yeah. It actually went through 70. So it pulled back and then went back up. And then I guess it got smashed back down. Tried to go back up again. If you guys are peacing out, I do wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. By the way, you guys know from this week, I've been kind of preaching it. It is by far my favorite holiday. I guess it could be my best holiday because I eat the crap out of some food. But it's definitely, I am not religious at all. So sorry to anybody that is. Obviously, I respect everybody's decision to do whatever they want with their life, believe whatever they want. But Thanksgiving is just that holiday where no excuses, family gets together every year, you drop everything you're doing, and it's just that time of year that everyone comes together and you just really get to embrace your family. And, if you're somebody that's going through a hard times, hardship with your family, suck it up. Try to squash that shit for at least a day. Just once a day every year, just remember that if it is bad now, it probably wasn't always that way. And, try to find the good times and maybe, try to turn some things around. Believe it or not, I'm going to reference a Hawaii Five-0 episode that I watched last night. But there was a really good story behind exactly that last night. And I couldn't agree more. It was a father-son that, had a good childhood together, and they kind of grew apart as they got older. And now they're trying to figure out why that happened. And, it's been a very tough road, but they're trying to squash it, try to move forward. Trust me. I mean, obviously there's always going to be situations where something like that might not be able to happen. And I'm sorry if you're in that situation, but if you're not, and it's kind of something silly, it's something that you could definitely get over, forgive and forget. You might not be able to forget, but you could definitely forgive. Try it. Try it out. It might touch you in a way that you didn't know you could be touched. And that kind of sounded dirty, so I'm sorry. So just give your mom a call if you can. Tell her you love her. Give your dad a call. Same thing. Tell him you love him. And if you can't, trust me, if you feel inside that you want to give them a call, you should do it. And if you can't, then hopefully they know that you would want to. That's all I can say. That's all I can ask of you guys. Embrace the holiday. It's the one holiday a year where you get that kind of love for family, where it doesn't require all the other financial obligations that come along with it. I mean, some people could say Christmas is kind of the same thing, but no, Christmas is, I don't know. People feel very financially obligated during Christmas, and I really kind of blame just America in general for that. Because, I mean, they're starting to sell Christmas stuff in July now. It's ridiculous. I go into Sam's Club every Saturday to do our shopping for the week, and it was July this year that they started putting out Christmas stuff. Just absolutely ridiculous. Just really bugs me. And I'm not a huge fan of people that put Christmas lights up before Thanksgiving. You'll never see mine up before then. The wife knows that. It's a rule. I don't really, I've kind of grown to the point where I don't really mind people that do it, but it is kind of annoying still. Seems like a good solution. We have a lot of rain out here in Western PA, so we struggle with that a lot. Gotcha. Western PA, I'm assuming you're maybe a little bit towards the southern part of the state, because if you're up north, you'd probably be dealing with more snow than anything. Or are you on the left side of the mountains? I don't know where those mountains run up. Let's see. Whee! I see you back there. Let's see where those Appalachian guys run. Well, they kind of stop in the southern part of Pennsylvania anyway. So I guess it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, Mr. Gifford, it's definitely the best holiday. My mustache is just not cooperating. I was waiting until tonight to shave for tomorrow. Nice, Thomas. Look at that. I didn't even see that pop up. Was that on the scanner? That was a double tap. You crazy dog. Nice one, though. I like how you... Crack me up. Peaches. ZM. Looks like EVH is trying to do its thing here. It's kind of a ascending pattern there, but I don't think it's going to break out. We'll see what it does there. VWAP. Same here with ZM. No volume, but somebody had mentioned it in the chat room. Kind of have a little bit of ascending triangle here. Looking for that to kind of break out. It's the trade idea there. Let's see, Momo. No shares there. I never had shares there. Just no volume here. ASLN still trying to do something. It's trying to move its way back up. It's a strong bouncy ball. It said, I'm not going lower. It's the beauty of lower floats. Just do what they want. People don't really pay attention to technicals. I guess as this was trying to bounce, you could kind of say that it was forming a little bit of a wedge. And it started to break out there, I guess. So, you know, people draw these lines all day. You know, they don't mean nothing to me anymore. It's like I see them. I don't have to draw the lines. Like I see the patterns at this point. Look at that volume coming in. This is where I would love to see the volume go straight through the highest volume of the day and go right through 250. I'd be shorting the crap out of that thing. Uh-oh. What the heck's that mean, Mr. Gifford? I mean, obviously that's separate from SureTrader, but there it is. Look, volume straight through. Broke high of day. Hit some stop losses. We would have been looking for this to go through 250, though. It only got to 247. Probably have an order in up here around like 262 is what we would have been looking for. Because we were obviously, you know, you'd be looking for that extension away from this previous resistance. There we go. What did we get to? 257. How does a bank account get hacked though? That's scary. So 262, we'd be in here. It got to 264. So let's act like we're playing this. So it might get halted, which is okay. We'd be okay with being in a halt here. The only problem is these lower floats, they can get scary. But we'll say we're in a 262 here. It is going to halt. Debit Visa card. Oh, I got you. So somebody stole the card. I thought you meant like the actual account got hacked. That's what I thought you meant. So because this is a lower floater, say we started with 100 shares here because the range isn't, you know, super big. We'd be looking to add, I would put another 50 shares here at 295 and then another 50 up at 310. So that would be, we would have those orders in. We probably would have tried to put them in before the halt, just in case it goes up there. So that's what we're looking for here. Yeah, that's interesting, man. hope that you get that all worked out. Anytime you hear the word bank account and hacked in the same sentence, it's a little, it sounds scary. Nice. So you guys are playing it the other way, which is perfectly fine. A big move like that, if you're playing the anticipation of the break of high of day, I mean, that's what a lot of people do. It's breakout strategy. So it worked because it broke through. You hit a lot of stop losses, and you get the squeeze. And we're squeezed right into a halt. Me personally, it's probably going to open up higher, but ultimately this thing's going to eventually come back down and probably test this area. So this is one of them ones where we're just looking to kind of average up and be patient. So that's why I said we're going to get the second part of our 112. We're going to put it right here and split it in half. So we're going to do 295 for half of it, and then the other two at 310. We'll keep the math open. Obviously, we'll have to wait, but pull the calculator up. We'll just leave it up here for now. MYSZ. That's another low floater. That already went up and came back down. I gotcha. What bank was it? I guess it doesn't really matter because it was a Visa card. So somehow somebody stole the information off the card itself, which is fairly common. It's happened to me a bunch of times throughout my life. Central. I don't know is that a local bank? I've never heard of Central Bank. I don't think that's a bigger chain. Gotcha. And did you got your funds out of Shirt Trader, right? And you send them back to Central? And did you get the funds out of there, or were you just leaving them in there until you decided what to do? Go ahead. What do you want to eat for lunch today? Whoa, you got a lot of chocolate. Gosh, you're waiting on C-Mag. What are we looking at here, Ryan? You stealing my chocolate? Hey, no. Don't drop that for them. And we're open. And we got that 50 shares at 298 or 95. I don't remember what we said. It was probably 95. All right, so I think we might not have got filled there. Okay, we'd be filled now. We're looking for the break, 310. All right, we may have got those. The bid's above it, so we would have got those. All right, so let's start doing the math here. Wow, looks like we're going to halt again here at 342. Holy crap. Not sure I would have hit it there. I really wish I could be trading this on paper. It would have been helpful. So we're back down. I'm assuming our average would be around like 279, 280, and then boom, there we go. So if we were scared at all about this, we'd probably be looking to just take it off right here because that was a pretty big jump. I don't know what our average would have been there. I'd have to do the math. 262 times 100. 295 times 50. 310 times 50. So plus 7, 5 plus 262 divided by 3. Oh, that's not right. It's supposed to be divided by 200. Crap, 155 plus 147. As it's going back up. I probably would have bailed there just because of that huge move and we didn't get any kind of an add. 262 and then divide that by 200. So 282 would have been our average. And it came all the way down to 272. So it probably would have taken most of that. But to be honest, I don't know if I probably would have hit the button again up in here. But I probably would have just did another 100. But can't say that for sure. I do know that if we didn't hit the button, we definitely would have been looking to get out when it dropped all the way down to 272. So, worst case scenario, just a break-even trade. Maybe we would have made on 200 shares, 10 cents is the most we could have made. So even say we only made 5 cents. So it would have been a smaller trade anyway. But if you were riding this long, hell yeah. Good job. I do have HEPA up, Ryan. I don't know if you were just looking to watch it on my chart or if you had a question about it. Let me know. If ASLM wants to run through 350 here, I'd definitely be interested in getting back in this thing if we could. And if you notice, we had to enter these. We had to put orders in to get in because of the SSR. Gotcha, just watch them. Just scroll out a little bit more. I'm just curious. It's kind of in a range here. Bounced right off of yesterday's high. Made a new high here. And it's kind of just chilling in there. Nice. Very nice. I don't play breakouts. That's how I lost all my money before switching over. Because how many times do you see this same move and it just gets rejected and gets shoved all the way back down under 2 in a matter of seconds? It's just not. It's not a sustainable strategy. I would feel much more comfortable getting short up here, looking at how extended this thing is, just from seeing it over and over again. Throughout my throughout my 1 year of trading, I would feel 80% confident that this is going to come back down versus only maybe 5% confident that this would actually continue to run. But it is a low floater, so they can do whatever they want. But right now, I'd have an order sitting here at like 365. See if it wants to get there. It can't. It would be halted. 360. I'd put it right there. Yeah, 365. I'd put it there. I guess 366, looking for it to halt. It might not get there, though. It just gave the 350 pop. It actually got the 364. Interesting. I didn't see it get there. Oh, yeah, it's definitely risky. And look, just like that, it went from 364 all the way down to test 3 again, 303. That's just how crazy these can be. 11 away. I just looked at my subscribers. I thought we were lower than that. I just realized it was close to 890. If you guys are here and watching and you're not subscribed, give me that subscription. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, geez. Mr. Avery out with another crazy video. Let's try it again. We obviously wouldn't be interested here because it pulled all the way back to 3. We'd be interested more closer to 4 now, 379. We would want this to halt, and we'd be looking for this to open up near $4. Oh, it's actually going to go up to 392. We actually might be interested here at 390 if it wanted to pop up there. It didn't quite get there. If it wants to halt way up here, definitely be interested. But we weren't interested at that 362 or whatever we had said before because it already pulled back to $3. So we'd be looking for it to extend itself even more based off of that pullback. There's a lot of FOMO going on right now. There's a lot of newer traders jumping into this. They see something moving finally today and they're looking to jump in and make some money. Just be careful if you're trading this. I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing's gonna make an interesting move back down at some point. Take your profits. Pay yourself along the way if you're going long on this. Don't get greedy. It's the worst thing. That's literally the worst sin there is in the market. Just like that from 370 all the way down to 330s. And we're going back down to 3 here. That's why you pay yourself. This thing's fighting though. There's definitely some people buying the dip, trying to sell the rip, but I think they might be getting stuck here. This feels a little heavy now. Especially now you're starting to get a bunch of topping tails. People start to see those. See what it looks like on the 1 minute. Yeah, you're getting the same thing. It keeps getting shoved down. But if the bulls show up, here, they could definitely do some damage. You got all these shorts flying in here over 350. They can keep pushing it up over there. They might give up, and this thing could really go. The only problem is if it keeps getting stuck in halts, that kind of kills momentum. Back over 350. Let's see what happens here. This is such a dangerous long. All these people trying to FOMO into something like this is crazy. I don't know how they do it. I used to do it. I don't know how I ever thought that this was a good idea. People looking for these moves and then they're looking for dips to buy to go higher, and it's just I could never do that now. Knowing what I know and seeing what I've seen, I could never do it. Especially on a low floater. Like I said, low floaters are no different than just going to your local convenience store and just buying a scratcher. People can say, oh, it follows technicals all they want, but whatever. I don't believe it. Whee! It's getting so big. I can't believe it's already Thanksgiving. I was just talking to the wife about my oldest, the one that's in speech. And this time last year, literally to the day, he was not speaking a single word. And like he's still, learning and progressing, but just to think of where he's at now versus where he was a year ago has been absolutely insane. pretty humbling. The only reason it went up so high is shorts going full retard, not waiting for confirmation. Knife catching opposite way. Yeah, that's very true. That's what I do, essentially. I try to do it at key levels, on super extended moves, etc., etc. So I try to do it a little bit correctly, if that's a thing. This definitely feels like it's... I mean, how many times have you seen this? You get this move, it starts to consolidate, and eventually it'll just kind of die off. It's kind of what Box did earlier. If we just go over to Box real quick, you can kind of see it kind of did the same thing. It tried to run and then kind of went sideways and then finally fell over, especially if a chat room is involved. But I believe this is a lot lower float. The float on Box was much higher. Yeah, 142 mil float on Box. But that's why I like playing things like Box, and I would never play things like ASLN, because it's much more predictable. It didn't show on your scanner? What scanner are you using? See me segue into a scanner plug there? I'm just kidding. Something other channels would do. I was just legitimately curious what scanner you were using. If I remember correctly, you're using trade or not trade ideas. The TOS scanners. Trading View, gotcha. Yeah, Trading View is whatever. Are you using the free version, or do you pay for their premium or whatever it is? I don't even know what you get with their premium. The only time I ever used Trading View is to check like the price of Bitcoin once. And there's the drop on ASLN. I have a feeling this one's going to continue. You know, I am honest. I'll tell you that it's shit, but I mean, I kind of did, just in a different way. I was trying to be nice about it. Hence, I said, you know, I tried it once, and that was that. That was my way of saying it. You know, I'm not afraid to tell you. Yes, sir, Ryan. Well done, man. Good trade there on ASLN. For anybody that does end up peacing out, again, won't be here tomorrow. Obviously, Thanksgiving. I'll obviously post my video later. Probably won't get much traction just from the little trade that I had, because everybody will be getting off for the holiday. We will be back Friday. Remember, it's a half trading day on Friday, so I believe the market closes at 1 o'clock Eastern. So we'll have the whole afternoon off, and then come back for the Friday night live stream at 9:30 Eastern. Like I said, it's a nice little fix before the markets close for the weekend. So, and maybe you'll just be so fat from eating all that turkey and apple pie and pumpkin pie and all that good stuff that you just have to, you know, hibernate at your computer for a little bit. So what better thing to do than to come join us Friday night? Appreciate you stopping by, ma'am. I'm not leaving just yet, Mr. Gifford. I was just saying bye to Ryan. Just letting everybody know that if they are starting to peace out. I'm just kind of cooking lunch. The kid's being really good today. I've been kind of keeping tabs on them. We'll see what kind of happens here going into 11 o'clock. We'll give it a few minutes, maybe go like 10 minutes or so past it, just to see if anything wants to give us an opportunity. But I am going to throw my lunch in. Be right back. No, but I'm sorry, you can't have that. ASLN still declining. Ooh, pretzels. Pretzel. Just looking for one more runner here.
You are listening to royaltyfreemusicradio.com.
A little loud. There we go. What did I hit? There we go. One more would be nice, Thomas. I agree. There goes ASLN doing what I thought. I think we're going to get the dip under 3. It might get bought up there, though. Sit here and eat all this popcorn. There's $3, $2.90s. Either this will get kind of bought up here a little bit, or it's going to get halted going down. Looks like it's kind of getting held up. Imagine those people that were soaking up shares around 350. Like, oh yeah, we're going back high a day. We're going above $4. How do you think they feel right now? I hope I'm not laughing at any of you. Anybody got some cool things on their list for Black Friday? I'm actually looking to put out a little bit of money for the stream. I was looking at some lighting options. Yeah. Oops. Can't seem to click correctly today. You feeding the doggies? Why do I feel like that's exactly what you're doing? I was looking at these. Pretty cool. I'll put one like up above where my monitors are in hopes to just get some better lighting, because my lighting kind of sucks most days. So you're becoming their best friend? There goes Heepa. Ryan's not here anymore, but let's give Kev's video a watch while we're here. And then I'm going to get out of here. Whoa, look at Heepa. What's the float on this thing? I have no shares there. That thing's about to halt. Too bad Ryan's not here. I think that's what he was looking for. This didn't even come up on the scanner, so the average daily volume on HEPA must be pretty bad. It's a 3 mil float. Well, it's kind of interesting. It had some pretty big days here. All right. What you got, Mr. Kevin?
Before you guys join a chat room, you need to watch this video. Now, why is that? Well, let's find out. I've written down some pros and cons that I really believe are advantages, disadvantages.
This is way too long
of
to...
either joining a chat room, not joining a chat room, and I want to run through some of these. But before I do that, I want to preface this conversation by saying that ultimately I do believe experience is your best teacher, whether you're a part of a chat room or not. Experience in the market is your best teacher, and that is something that cannot be taught. That's just something that you have to experience on your own. Many traders will tell you just that combined experience over time, and years of doing this in and out, you eventually it'll just become intuition in a certain way. You know, your gut will tell
I like
you
the
when to trade,
book
when not to trade.
placement.
You know how to trade, you know your edge, you know your system. That combined experience, it'll yourself, you know, your gut will tell you how to trade. Now, let's go over some pros and cons of should you join a chat room. There's many different kinds of chat rooms out there. I've been a part of pretty much all of them. If I haven't been a part of them, I've heard everything I need to know about them. And so there's some pros and there's some cons. Number one, a pro. A pro for joining a chat room would be, especially if you guys are new traders. If you're fresh, if you're new, you have to have some sort of guide. I mean, I would certainly suggest getting a part of some chat room. The problem is you have to, find the right people, and that can be hard in the beginning when you don't know anybody in the trading industry. You don't know who's reputable, who's not, who you should listen to, where you should adhere, that sort of thing. That's the hard part in the beginning, is knowing who to trust, who not to trust, because we know this business is very untrustworthy. I mean, as long as I've been here 3.5 years, and I've seen not just like YouTube guys, scamming people, but even chat room scamming people. So you got to be very careful. A lot of precautions, and those are some of the things I want to go over, some of those precautions. But first, a pro for joining a chat room, especially if you're new, is that guidance. You gotta have some guidance when you first get started. Now, it doesn't matter really which room you join. You need to join a room with someone with some experience that you can just watch. You can watch their experience. You can watch their lessons. You can read their books. You're gonna be doing a lot of watching in the beginning. Now, this person or this chat room you may join, you may not trade that strategy at all. But this is why I would recommend joining many chat rooms. Join this one for a month. Join that one for a month. Because a con of staying in one chat room is that you need to avoid kind of the group thing. Now, you may be wondering what groupthink is. Have you ever watched it? It's kind of like, it has a lot to do with psychology. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the videos where they put some random people in a room and everybody was seated. There was like 3 people and 97 people all knew what was going on. And all 97, when a certain noise went off, 97 would stand and then sit. Stand and then sit. And eventually those 3 would just start standing with them when they all stood, not knowing why, but they could do it. And that's what groupthink is. Everybody eventually starts trading the same as everybody else in the room. So if you got this guy teaching people how to trade and they're just trading low floats, and they're just pumping and dumping stocks, and they say, okay, I'm buying this, and then the rest of the 500 people buy it. That's not a strategy. I mean, that's not an independent way of trading in the market.
500, he's shooting low.
Strategy. It's just being a sheep and buying something when everybody else is buying it. That is not going to produce longevity in the market, just kind of following other people and how they trade. And that's why I suggested a pro of joining a chat room is find his style. Figure out this person's style. Join a bunch of different chat rooms, figure out how these guys trade, bounce around ideas off of other members of the chat room. That's something else. That's another pro. I would certainly recommend joining a room so you can meet like-minded people, so you can meet traders. Because one thing that's going to produce longevity in the market is meeting like-minded people that are there to encourage each other. Because it is very easy to get discouraged in the market. And that's certainly a pro from what I've seen in the community of trading. When people are down, everybody in the community certainly surrounds that person and lifts them up. I've seen it a lot, even with myself, years ago, and not having a system and struggling. it happens a lot in the community because people know what it's like to lose big and trade because you will lose big. And you may not believe that, but you will eventually. And it's really nice to just have that community to lift you up, because if you don't, you're just gonna have a lot of self-doubt. And you know, the 90% of traders who don't make it in the market are the ones who give up. And so being part of the 10% means staying persistent, staying patient, and never giving up. That's a pro for joining the community. It really is. Everybody who's watching this video would testify to that. I believe that that's a huge pro. It's just the support. And from what I've noticed, everybody, you know, is there to help each other. They're there to sharpen you as well. They're going to encourage you, lift you up. But not only that, they're going to tell you what you don't want to hear, which these people are your best friends. You know, normally your family and friends are the
I
ones
thought
who,
he only
you know,
had
to
black
do the conventional
t-shirts.
route, get a
What is
9 to 5,
this?
and, you know, they crush your dreams. But the people who are other day
It's a
traders,
button
they're
up,
clients,
and it's got some weird.
your best friend. You know, they want
I don't know.
to-
I'm not really digging the
succeed.
white
So
outline.
they're going to encourage you, but they're also going to tell you what
It
you don't
doesn't
hear.
fit him very well.
Stop trading like that. You know, they're going to spank you, which is a good thing.
Hear me,
I like to
Kev?
spank people, too. I've helped a lot of guys out, and when somebody's doing something I know is, you know, wrong, I'll spank them. You know, I don't mind giving a good spanking. Let's go into another con of joining a chat room.
Interesting.
There's a lot of chat rooms out there that
Kev likes to
focus
give
on
spankings.
low-flow stocks, and there is a reason for that. It's because, you know, the most money can be made by being a chat room leader and focusing on low-flow stocks. These low-flow stocks, for those of you who are new and don't know, they have a lower amount of shares in their float, which means there's a higher demand for them. It can create a bigger rip if there's a lot of buying power behind them. And if you have 500 people in a chat room and the chat room leader says, I'm buying this, and then everybody else buys it, the thing can just get pumped up so easily. But the bad thing about this is, and the precaution is, you know, personally, I don't really
I wonder who
believe-
he
now, there are
keeps
multiple-
talking about.
I don't believe traders should start with low-flow stocks. Now, I did, as well as many other people. The reason I don't believe that is they're dangerous. They're very dangerous. There's a lot of manipulation behind them, you know, via brokers trading against, you know, their clients, spies and chat rooms trading against people. I mean, there's so much manipulation with them, and it's hard to be consistent with them. I had some of my biggest wins with the lower flow stocks, but I just said, you know what, I'm not trading them anymore. I have over 90% consistency trading other stuff, and, you know, not as big of wins. I had, you know, plenty of big wins with the low flows. But here's the thing with the lower flows. Let's say you're a newer trader and you end up, you know, buying
Plenty
at
of
the
big
top, which is
losses,
kinda what,
too.
you know, these low flows are. You're just kind of buying high and selling higher, essentially. The problem is, if this thing dumps, and they do, I mean, this is what low flows do. They get pumped and then they get dumped. Euphoria always ends in tears. A lot of new traders, they'll be left like deer in headlights. And a lot of guys who've been in the market for a while, they know what I'm talking about. You get caught up in a trade, and you, when you were planning on
Yep.
risking a very small amount, you end up risking a lot more. Actually, you probably just turned into a long-term investor, and now you're holding and hoping. So that's a serious precaution about a lot of these chat rooms. Now, not every chat room focuses on low flows, but it's something you need to look into. Is that something you want to trade? Is that something you want to start out with? And if it is, you know, make sure, you know, you start maybe a little smaller, with smaller size. You don't want to knock yourself out of the game too early, too quick, because like I said, 90% of traders, they fail to make it to the 10% because they get knocked off, you know, too early. They size in too big, they start with these lower flows. So just be precautious about that and understand what you're getting yourself into. Because ultimately your goal is not to merely follow alerts and be a sheep. Your goal in going from chat room to chat room and starting out, you know, getting some guidance is because you want to be an independent trader eventually. You're in these chat rooms to find your edge, and find that system, you know, that you're going to trade in and out each and every day. And I go over that quite a bit, but that's what consistency is. Consistency is just doing the same thing day out each and every single day. And that's a pro. When we go over a pro, as far as being in a chat room, is the community aspect of it. It gives you a lot of fulfillment, especially when new guys come in and you want to help them out. Because if you've been doing this a while, it does certainly get dull and a little boring if you found a system in place. Now, trading is always going to be exciting if you don't have a system, because you're trading, you know, random setup, you have random risk, you know, and all that randomness creates random results, and it kind of gives you this high euphoric feeling, and, you know, that's what's exciting and gambling. But when you find your edge and you trade the same thing every single day, it does get a little dull and boring, but that's what consistency is. But the good thing about being in a chat room at that point is the community aspect of it, because there's no fulfillment in just clicking buttons all day. The fulfillment, you know, for me, a lot of times is being able to help the next person out. Because I don't really just want my job for the rest of my life to just be clicking buttons and then I die. You know, I want to make a difference. I want to help the next person out. And then
I wouldn't mind
you
just
gotta have
clicking
other
buttons
people that
and
make you
dying.
about people who have, you know, a desire, who are hungry for this. That's part of being successful, having that hungry desire, being able to listen to those who, you know, who've been down this road, who've done this every single day for a long, long time. So those are some pros and cons I want to share with you. Ultimately, I do believe experience is going to be your best teacher, but you need some guidance. But just be precautious, be careful what you're getting yourself into, and try a lot of them out. Go from chat room to chat room, meet friends along the way, and keep in mind that you're not in these chat rooms to merely be a sheep and follow alerts. You're here to figure out your edge. You're going to figure out how you're going to trade, and you're going to start trading that in and out every day. Once you find it out, you're going to cut out all the randomness. So guys, I hope this helped you out. For the new guys who may be thinking about joining a chat room, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you need any help at all, I'm always here to help. And guys, don't forget to smack that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time.
Heap is back open. Bum, 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 bum. I think I'm gonna watch Heepa here, see if anything goes, and then, oh jeez, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Just be careful if you're playing Heepa, either side. It's only a 3, I think it was either 3 or 4 mil float. Better be careful, mister. I don't feel like cleaning all this up. Hopefully you all have a good Thanksgiving. I'll give me a little disclaimer again. If you guys aren't trading on Friday morning, feel free to stop by Friday night for the live stream, 9:30 Eastern. We'll still be doing that. We're going to attempt to trade Friday morning, most likely. Actually, I'm pretty sure we will. The wife's off, so there's really no reason I can't. Just seeing if Hepa wants to go high of day here or get rejected down towards 6. I'm just like watching these. I know I would never play them, but ultimate goal would be somewhere down in here. Well, actually, we got these resistance areas from yesterday. So just somewhere around $6 would be what we're looking for. This was actually after hours. There's the 650 break. See if he wants to continue or get back over. You see the spread. They're trying to suck up some shares here on both sides. There it goes. It chose under. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Yeah, I closed it, bud, because I don't want you to spill them everywhere. Let you have some on your plate. You can have those. Buy the dip, buy the dip. And then kapow! Right to $6. ASLN's still kind of giving up, back down towards $3.
Or even the 320s, there was a great little trade on there, about 20 cents.
Just checking in on Mr. Monkey. I don't see it. Let's see. Scroll back. Ah, looks like he traded ASLN a bunch today. He's actually positive. Nice. I guess he's still in the trade? I don't know. I went back and it looked like he was still holding it. His stop was down here though, and yeah, look, there it went. Boing. I don't know if that was where his stop was or not. Of course, I X'd out of it that quick. Let's go back and see. I don't know. Don't care too much, but always rooting for that guy. Oh, it dropped even further. Well, if he wasn't stopped out, I would think he is now. These are just a matter of time, guys. It's just a matter of time. It'll fight here at VWAP. It's just what it does. But it's what they do. Hepa most likely going to use 50 as a resistance if I had to guess. Or it'll kind of just consolidate here. But really no reason for me to stick around. Nothing's running. I would assume the rest of the day is going to be completely boring. So be safe. If you get into a boring trade, realize that you're in a boring trade. Maybe take a little bit less risk. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy your Thanksgiving again, guys. Have a good rest of the day. I will see you guys Friday morning for the live stream and then again Friday night. So until then, I will catch you later. Peace.